Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. The Bennett stressed age-related tasks. Utilizing this method, a 9-year-old task would be one of which: A. Only a 10-year-old child could answer. B. Only an 8-year-old child could answer. C. 50% of the 9-year-olds could answer correctly. D. 75% of the 9-year-olds could answer correctly. The answer is C. Utilizing this method, a 9-year-old task would be one of which 50% of the 9-year-olds could answer correctly. This is because the 9-year-old task was defined in which half of the 9-year-old tests could answer successfully. What is the Stanford Bennett Intelligence Scale? The Stanford Bennett Intelligence Scale is a standardized assessment test that measures the intelligence and cognitive ability across all age groups, more specifically for the individuals ages 2 to 89 years old, and it currently includes 5 verbal subtests and 5 nonverbal subtests. It does have a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15 and measures fluid reasoning, knowledge, visual spectral processing, quantitative reasoning, and working memory. An appropriate primal intervention for clients at risk of emotional illness resulting from trauma, such as an act of violence, is to do which of the following? A. Clarify the client's problem. B. Refer for inpatient treatment. C. Provide behavioral modification therapy. D. Institute a suicide prevention plan. The answer is A. Clarify the client's trauma is an appropriate primary intervention for clients at risk of emotional illness resulting from trauma. If you, the counselor, are able to clarify the client's problem that they said to you and make it known to the client, you can help them in their process of recovery from the emotional illness that results from trauma. So if they ramble on about, I was sexually assaulted, I was beaten, and I just want to move on from all this, and I just want to cope, and they ramble, you, the counselor, can clarify by stating you want to move on from this act of violence, from being sexually assaulted and beaten, and you're wanting to learn coping skills so that you are able to heal from this trauma. Is this correct? The counselor has identified the problem and clarified the goals for this client. What is statistical power? Statistical power is the probability that a statistical test will detect a true effect, and it is the probability that a test of significance will detect deviations from the null hypothesis if a deviation exists. I recommend doing more research on statistical power. A few months ago into counseling, a client shares that she acquired a better paying job in stable housing. The counselor sheds tears as they tell her how happy they are to hear this. What core counseling attributes does the counselor express in this scenario? A. Empathy. B. Genuineness. C. Multiculturalism. D. Metacommunication. The answer is B. Genuineness is the core counseling attribute that the counselor expresses in this scenario. Genuineness is when the counselor is being their authentic self rather than hiding behind the professional role. For example, I went to my own therapy, expressed some concerns that were going on, and my counselor showed true genuineness because I did notice she shed a tear, and I had to make sure that we were both okay before I kept going forward. In those moments, it does help knowing that someone else can feel what I'm feeling, even if it's secondhand. And that is all 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.